I've called this Obama thing the cult of personality because a lot of people are saying they're voting for him, but a lot of people have no idea what he stands for.
Well, it's perfect after this president, isn't it? Wouldn't you want to not know what they stand for? You knew what the other guy stood for, and you didn't even get what he stood for. In the end, you didn't get what he said he stood for in the first place. So why not take somebody who's got nothing? What I hate,
Lewis makes sense.
I tell you, what I hate is hope. Don't give me hope.
You don't.
What do I want hope for? What do I need that for? I am miserable now after the last 8 years. And you know what I want? I want somebody to say, I'll get you some sherbet. We'll put you in a hospital for 10 minutes. I don't need hope.
No?
No, it's like vertigo. We can't go from zero to hope. You got to take baby steps. You got to say, okay, maybe we'll do something tomorrow.
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe is better than hope.
Well,
that should be his campaign slogan. Maybe is better than hope.
Well, they sure are. They're pushing the hope thing. They're saying that it's time for a change. That's Obama's big thing: is change, change, change. And
it's everybody's. Everybody's
a little scary.
It. Well, they're all saying it. Even McCain.
Yeah, but Obama's got the big sign that he stands, back of or whatever.
Well,
change.
Well, change means you keep thinking of it in terms of change. It's how many. It's change. Like will we get quarters for $1 or nickels?
Yeah. Change. Oh,
they've said it so much.
It just means it changed.
It just means change.
Oh, I thought he was going to change things in Washington.
No, it'll be different types of change.
Business
Sometimes you'll
usual.
get 50 pennies. And 50 cents, 2 quarters and 50.
Is that the economic stimulus plan?
Oh,
some change?
Did you like that plan? What a plan that is. Those two parties get together. Let's give everybody a cupcake a day. What fruits? $600. You're
give
nuts.
us a couple of $100. We spend it. It trickles down.
Yeah, it trickles down to where? What? They're going to be racing to Walmart? Oh boy, I can get that cheese grater now. We can make fondue.
You don't think they're spending the money?
Oh, yeah. The rich, why don't the rich at this point just, lock up in the gated communities and start shooting at us? Of course, I'm doing pretty well. So
yeah, I think you'd be in there with firing the guns.
No, I don't care. I'm going in. I've got a difference of opinion about that.
Well, you don't do you like Obama?
But what's not to like? Anything is better.
Well.
Anything is better. Are you nuts?
Is that good? Anything is better.
Well, that's where we're at. What do you want? What did you think? Leadership was going to arise out of a sewer?
I thought maybe McCain.
Oh, for Christ. You got to be kidding me.
I think maybe McCain is a little more liberal than these conservative Republicans like Bush, and perhaps he'll be able to reach both sides. I think Obama is a little too much on the socialist side for me.
You don't even know what he wants to do.
I've listened a little bit. I know what he wants.
You just said it yourself. You can't have the argument two ways.
I said most people. I'm different. I study these people. And I know that there's going to be a lot of Democratic liberal tax and spend. He's coming up with all these programs he wants. Where's that money coming from? Me.
Wait a second.
Me.
Wait.
Yeah.
Have you been just oblivious to the last 8 years that they were just like taking money?
Oh,
They
yeah.
didn't do it. That this was not a tax. And this was we're not taxing. We're just spending. So now we got nothing, schmuck. We got nothing. We basically, they own us. The world owns us. So you're going to have to, how do we get out of taxes?
But
How do you want to do that? You don't want to tax the oil companies?
But I like the way Bush kind of put in tax breaks for the upper echelon.
Because, oh, boy, what did we need? What, an extra pair of long underwear? What did you get out of it? In the end, you're still wearing the same schmucky cap and T-shirt.
But under Obama, I see a lot of taxes going to healthcare. This wacky universal healthcare thing is just, it can't work. We cannot give every man, woman, and child in this country free healthcare. It just doesn't work.
Oh, yeah, you can.
How is that?
You do it by going to the drug companies, and you have people with guns, and they go, guess what? It doesn't cost that much, you pig. All right?
I like how Lewis thinks.
I agree with Lewis.
Here's some of your solutions. You got to cut to the chase.
We need a revolution, right?
It doesn't cost that much, you pig.
Here's my problem.
That should be Obama's slogan right there. Screw the change sign.
But I don't know why I end up defending it, because I'm not a big defender of Obama or Hillary.
Well, you like Hillary. It's obvious.
Oh, yeah, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Lewis is a big Hillary
That's right.
fan.
They have the same haircut.
Well, wouldn't it be fun to have Bill Clinton as the first lady?
It would be interesting, wouldn't it?
That'd be hilarious.
He keeps looking for, it's like he can't get enough time.
I know. He is in front of the cameras just yelling at people.
Yeah.
He likes getting into arguments now with people.
He wants her in the White House so he can start fooling around again.
It's going to be.
It's kind of like that big CEO guy that's on all these business trips. He's banging whatever he wants, but then he has to retire and go home to his wife. Now he has to make up excuses to leave the house. He can't come up with the excuses. But if Hillary's in the White House now he's back to doing some of that.
Now, Lewis, so you don't like the candidates that are out there, the front runners. So which communist is running that you're going to be voting for?
They don't like. They're. There's nobody around. I mean,
No.
just as long as it wasn't that Huckabee thing. That's where I get. You get scared the other way. I get scared. Huckabee. What is that? And the worst was when I said it's reached rock bottom, because to me it's really rock bottom, was Fred Thompson.
Oh, yeah.
I said I
the actor guy.
7 minutes on. This is when I felt we'd just lost it. That somebody somewhere said, "Hey, you ought to run. Why don't you run?" And he was on Meet the Press for 7 minutes, and I thought really I would just rather watch this guy eat oatmeal than say anything aloud. I don't know who I don't know who. And then you're going to see who their vice presidents are.
I think it'd be fun to be alive when the first black president is in office.
Do you?
Yeah. Just see what happens.
Who do you think?
Why do you care at this point?
I'm just
unbelievable. You
Anthony
act as
really
if
does
we've been
care.
through the Renaissance,
right?
Well, all I'm
was
saying
great.
here,
Anthony's convinced everything will completely change if we get a black president.
No, not completely change. But here's where I'm going with this. Because he's a black president, he would feel pressure from his constituency to give a little more favor to black people in the United States. And because white politicians are so guilt-ridden, they will sign off on a lot more stuff than they would with stupid old white guy in there, where they're always arguing, and a Republican will never sign off on a Democrat's plan and vice versa. But Obama is one of these that can unite both parties, but in a way where it's really not going to benefit me.
Wow.
Can I say one thing, Anthony, you're right about with the taxes? I just got a check. I did something for Kevin Smith's movie. I'll tell you how much I made. It was a one-day thing. It was $2,200, which was
Sweet.
a tremendous amount of money.
That's nice.
For the lack of work I did. But it's like a union thing. I got my check. I must have filled out the tax where they just gave it to me, my Social Security, $1,300. They took $900 out of that money.
Oh, my God.
$900 out of $2,200 went to the government. It's like, and the Democrats can make that worse.
Wait.
You bought a lug nut for a Humvee.
Wait. You have you're a
incorporated, but I'm an ass and didn't fill it out with my incorporation. But whatever. As a citizen, like most people have to make that kind of money.
But all right, look. The only reason that I have no trouble with the tax thing is if you're going to go to war, you have to pay for it. We've been at this, whatever. They don't even call it a war. Where do you think the money's going to come from? What are we going to do? That's where the money goes. I mean, they say it doesn't go there, but in the end, that's to me from the very beginning when they didn't say.
Okay, here's the deal. Here's this war that's costing billions of dollars a week.
It's $500 billion now.
Yeah. Now the war stops. Let's say, hopefully, soon. All that money now is just surplus that can replace the money we've spent and build up without having to pay any extra taxes. What? Is that what happens? Where does this money come from?
You know what I really love is the four of us who economically know nothing. discussing economics.
Yeah, but we're
But
we're experts because we have microphones in front of us. See?
But you're right about it. When you get that check, it's a whack.
I mean, I don't mind them taking their share. I'm fine with paying my share. But $900, I almost